my hands in my hair because I put my hair up. Was that intentional? No. What animal do you think I most closely resemble, other than human?
Dolphin.
It's my dolphin noise. So today we're making a sandwich of sorts. Some sauteed chard with some ricotta, a little drizzle of olive oil, and some fresh baguette on the side.
It's not fresh.
Why I oughta strangle you. It's a pretty quick meal, and you can make it if you try. I feel like Meryl Streep in Out of Africa. You seen it?
Nope.
Okay. So we're making a dish that's based off of one that I had at a restaurant called Olive and Gourmando in Montreal. And essentially what we're doing is some bitter greens, which we'll have with some ricotta and some baguette for like a deconstructed sandwich of sorts. Here I have some Swiss chard. We're using the red one because it's prettier, but green is fine as well. I have onion and garlic. I have some balsamic vinegar, some salt, and some sugar, and that's all that we're going to be using. I'm going to start by cutting up a whole onion. And this may be something that you don't want to include because I might slice off my fingers. We're going to dice them. I feel like a dice is what I want today. Thoughts?
Sure.
I'm going to turn this to medium heat, and I'm going to start heating up some olive oil. Did you ever experience stage fright? I remember in elementary school, if you said to the music teacher, I have stage fright, going into like your elementary school like choir performance or whatever it was, allegedly she marked you easier. I don't know if that was true or not, but that was a rumor that was going around my elementary school, and I still don't know. I don't think any of us performed that badly though. I feel like elementary school music is probably not the hardest course. I'm doing about 3 cloves of garlic. I feel like, oh, the onions. Ooh. Yeah. If I had eye contacts, this might be different. But I don't. Apparently old onions are worse for your eyes. I'm just gonna mince this garlic. I'm gonna add the garlic and the onion to our oil because now it's warmed up, it's simmering. This guy's a little too hot, so we're just gonna take him off the heat for a moment. It smells good. Okay, so while that is becoming nice and fragrant, I'm going to cut the stems of the Swiss chard. We're gonna cook both parts, but the stems take a little bit longer to cook, so we're gonna cook those first. I feel like I'm gonna spray red juice all over myself.
Yeah, do you want an apron?
Yeah. Look at how pretty this is. When I worked in the bakery, customers would come by. They'd ask for a baguette, and I'd be like, we don't have any baked baguettes. And they'd be like, oh, well, that's just awful, isn't it? And then they'd start complaining about why we don't have baguettes. And I'm like, sir, it's 10 p.m. and we bake them at 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, calm down. I'd say, oh, do you want a frozen baguette? And they'd be like, oh, we can get them frozen? Oh my god. And I was like, where do you think they come from? So you don't bake anything there. You just warm it up. So now I'm going to take a big handful of greens. And like spinach, this is going to go in like really large into the pan, but it's going to shrink as it lets out some of the water from the leaves. I'm going to add some salt. Don't want to add too much because this looks like a lot more than what it's gonna end up being. Now, something that my mama taught me. A good way to get rid of some of that bitterness is, I don't know if she realized this or if she researched. I don't know what the origin story is. However, sugar, sugar and vinegar are good for combating bitterness. So we have some sugar over here and we have some balsamic vinegar. And the thing about balsamic is that it's already sweet. So it's the Hannah Montana of vinegar. Because it's the best of. This is kind of just going to sit for a while. It's not the most exciting part of the journey. Let's see how it tastes.
Yes.
So ideally, you would get a bite with all three. The ricotta in oil, the Swiss chard, and the bread. Reasonably, like, you could make this a healthy meal, depending on how much you like ricotta. Oh, you're going for a much smaller bite than me. Because it's so rich. Could be like more of a winter meal or like a date meal. It's so easy to make. And I guess you probably don't have, I wouldn't just normally have ricotta in my fridge. Mm-hmm. So you do have to go out and specifically buy these ingredients. Unless you have a ton of Swiss chard at home, in which case this is your guy. Mm-hmm. But this could be a really easy weeknight meal, I think.
Yeah.
This has been ricotta, Swiss chard, extravaganza.
Have a good week.